Jimmy Shaka returns to the bunker to discuss Pluto's alignment with the U.S. Another prison camera fails to capture the ending of longtime Epstein associate Jean-Luc Brunel, and the media gets a little wild and crazy with their ability to copy and paste. Grab your tinfoil hat and close the blinds as we get labeled crazy in this edition of Breuer's Bunker.
What's up, Mike?
Not much, dude. I had to go in and I had to change... convert some videos from the ones you sent me so I can load them into this program so they can play.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
How we doing over there in your lovely state of New Jersey?
Dude, yesterday I was wearing a fucking winter jacket and bundled up, and today I'm wearing a t-shirt and shorts.
It's crazy. It's really
and then tomorrow
crazy.
back to winter jackets and bundled up.
It's absolute madness. So we got some fun today.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, we are going to take a little trip into one of your favorite areas, which is the bunker. What the bunker is we just find videos. Is it conspiracy? Are they just thoughts? Are they real? Are they not real? It's up to you. We'll make our presentation. Not saying we believe them or not, but find them interesting. I first want to start off with today, we're going to have Jimmy Shock in a little bit, my old-time friend. It's been around forever, he's been a bunker guy pretty much his entire life. Like it's not like he just discovered. And what I'm starting to realize is there's so many people that have always thought and talked a certain way. And in the past, everyone said, oh, you're a conspiracy theorist, or man, you're on that wacky stuff all the time, talking that. Oh, no. But now, more and more people going, oh, wow. I'm starting to realize that this may be a bit farce, and I think you're right about that. And I do want people to know, if you do start to discover things, it has nothing to do about right or wrong. I don't want people to go, I don't like when people are like, well, I've been saying this I talked with someone today this old friend of mine, George, who for years told me he was sent to the Ukraine and that area of the world by like American CEI and FBI and when I say CSI, is that what I said? What a jackass. The CIA. And I used to think he was kind of nuts. And he was talking about all this wacky stuff. And I was like, all right, well, we're not going to, why don't we just worry about what we're talking about? Why don't we just order from the menu? We're out to dinner. Let's enjoy dinner. But now, it's starting to really boggle my mind. I might have to have him on. I might have to have Joe. If he's willing to come on, I think he should come on. He would say some pretty intense stuff. And we're talking about setting up almost everything you see now 20, 25, 30 years ago, if not more, which is just baffling to me. But one thing I do want to touch on, I'm going to wait for Shaka comes in. Thank you for all your amazing comments. And YouTube, ever since I started, you, Mike, and the team of Evan and that, we started really concentrating on YouTube stuff, I guess. And I never really looked into subscribers and really put a lot of videos on. But since we did, over the last 2 months, we now have 100,000 subscribers. Who would have knew? For some people, that's a very small number. For us, hey, it's great, because a year ago and 2 years ago, when I really wasn't paying attention, it was nothing like that. So I think we're moving and grooving, which gives us great responsibility, Michael. Today, let me bring on my good friend, Jimmy Shaka. Shaka! What's going on, Shaka?
Nothing. Good to see you.
You as well.
As always.
Yeah, you too. How you been? How's Mrs. Shaka?
My mom?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's good. She's not here right now. Because I'm I'm home. I'm not at her house. So
Okay. All right. You better be good to her.
I will. Yeah.
You be good to Mrs. Shaka.
You know,
Well, that's what they do. She's a mom. She's a mom forever. That's what they do.
she's a grandma. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, she's grandma. She's grandma forever. It's nothing you can do, bro. So I haven't talked to you about. I want to say this first and foremost before we go any further. And I'm going to get to something, Shaka, that I want everyone to know that you know as well. I don't know what's going on in the world, but I'll say this. I shouldn't say loved. I was entertained when they tried to go after Joe Rogan. And what I was more entertained was how bad they tried.
Right.
And what was more entertaining was nobody flinched. They tried to cut him out as a racist. That community went, yeah, no. And it's fascinating to me because the people that can see this are rising more and more and more. I had to unfortunately go to a funeral this week, and at that funeral there was a lot of young people. This young kid comes up to me and he started talking about something. He has a heart condition and he was going in for some types of surgery, and his doctor said, whatever you do, do not get vaccinated. It is not good for your heart. That's what his doctor told him. He went into surgery and in Morristown, New Jersey, and they said, now he said when they relaxed him, they said, we have your Moderna shots. We're going to have your first Moderna shots ready. He said, whoa. No. They said, your doctor ordered. He goes, no, not my doctor. My doctor said absolutely no because he's worried about my heart. I have a heart condition. And they're now trying to find out exactly who was ordering that shot and why were they ordering it, especially if he's ready to go into surgery. Now, that's all hearsay. What I found more fascinating was this kid, I say kid, he's probably 23 years old. He said, when everyone started going after Joe Rogan, I started watching the podcast, and the guy that got my attention was the cardiologist. The doctor that was on it was a cardiologist,
right?
Because I have heart problems. And he goes, I researched everything that doctor was talking about. And then I started watching all the Rogan stuff. And he goes, and my mind is complete. I have a whole new life and education on what's real and what's not real. I said, really? And he goes, it's fat. The more they try to go after him, the more I realize the system is seriously threatened. Whatever's controlling all of us is seriously threatened because theirs. And when the U.S. government says, we have to look into this Rogan fella, and anyone else that gives the magic word, misinformation. And they still use these casting spell of words, these broad strokes of a paintbrush that makes you go, oh! Another great one is this. This is a threat to our democracy. Right. It's starting to become pretty comical. Now, what this brings me to, Shaka.
Yeah.
Do you remember when Rogan came on our show and when and I looked at you guys and went, just let him speak.
Right.
Just let him speak. And he spoke for like an hour straight about pretty much what we're going through now. How he was saying, he went off of this whole thing. We actually put Pink Floyd behind it, put it on the internet. But he was going on about how the world is shifting into truth. And unless you bring the truth, there will be no place for you. You will be exposed. You will be ousted. There will be do you remember that?
I do. And I also remember, like you're kind of hitting on something that I've been talking about forever, which is that that like we are like the 3-year-old becoming the 4-year-old. I think I've talked to you about this before. All right. Well, just give me like 2 minutes and I'll explain it really quick.
Go ahead.
All right. So like when a baby is born, right, they're 1 year old and they're like the center of the universe. They're like, wow, what's going on? Right. There's just me and colors and lights and things. Right. Yeah. Then now they're starting to get a little bit older, like 2 years old. And they're kind of realizing, oh, there's me and there's others, right? Mommy and daddy, right? That's kind of the two, right? And then there's, and then they become 3, and now they're like, okay, there's me and others, and like, what's my power in this situation? That's when it becomes like mine, and it becomes all these power struggles. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's the 3.
Everything's mine. Yes. Mine.
That word makes me cringe. Just
me too. Mine.
Right. So then they become the 4-year-old, and now they're starting to learn what you would call ethics, or like, that's not right. That's not right. No, you don't hit your brother, or, you know what I mean? They're starting to learn. Yeah, exactly. Share. That's not nice. Things like that. They're starting to learn ethics. All right. Humanity is the 3-year-old becoming the 4-year-old. Okay. These are like cycles. What I'm really talking about is kind of like the chakras, the energy centers in the body. Yeah. First one is about 1, right? It's about like security. Where am I in the world? Am I secure? And that's like the baby, the 1-year-old. They're like, whoa, where am I? I'm here. Okay. That's the first chakra. The second chakra, which is the solar plexus. I'm sorry, the like genitals. That's the second chakra. That's duality. You and others. Okay.
Yeah.
Third chakra is the stomach. That's the power center, and it's your power center. That's where you digest food and turn it into power in your body. Right?
Energy, power.
So and it's also astronomy and all this stuff where we're going from Pisces to Aquarius, right? The age of Aquarius, which is where we're in now. Has to do with all of that stuff. We're shifting, we're evolving, right?
Right.
Am I losing you?
No, I'm okay. I'm with you.
So we have explored power to the end. We've built the biggest bombs. We could blow everything up. We take over countries. We, might makes right.
Colonize them.
Right. But now
give them freedom.
But exactly what you're saying is what I'm saying about we're starting to explore ethics, where we're saying, whoa, something is fucked up here. Wait a second. No. You don't just, those are people over there. You know what I mean? Like we're starting to explore right and wrong, and like you said, the truth, right?
Yes, there's a lot of truth beginning to unveil, but as the great Jack Nicholson said in what was the movie? What was that movie?
Few Good Men.
Few Good Men. You can't handle the truth, and I don't think many people can. So anyway, what I want to do is I remember Lou, who was our guy, our engineer, put together this incredible, maybe you, the YouTubers, can find it. It literally had like Pink Floyd behind it. It was Joe speaking, and I can't stop thinking of it. He was talking where we're at right now.
I probably have it here.
Back in the mid 2000s, and he said it. He came on our show, and he was amazing. And every time, like Larry go to talk, I'm like, shh, just let him speak, because he called in, and it was I can never stop thinking about that. He was like, we're in the age where truth will prevail, and I don't remember exact words, but I know it was really heavy, and I wish I could get that to show people now. It was amazing, and some people.
We'll find it.
You think, if you could find it, that would be sick. And I remember it was before we saw him in California. It was totally a call-in. We were in the New York studio. He called in, maybe Pink Floyd, Joe. And you know what? There's probably so much of him now. It's probably really hard to find. I guarantee you, just talking right now, people will find it.
I have so many Rogan clips. I'd have to go through them, but
it's a total voiceover. It's not him.
Thieves are all douchebags.
Yeah. Here's him saying,
"Thieves are all douchebags. Thieves are all douchebags."
Thieves are all douchebags. Go ahead.
No. So we got some videos today. We'll start with we got some videos today, and we'll see far and wide. I'm literally, let me put my bunker glasses on. Here we go. Now we're in the bunker. I really don't know what exists and what doesn't exist anymore. I know this sounds crazy, but when I say that, it's like, since there's such a distraction, it's like, okay, misinformation. Like, all right, I'll take a little thing. All of a sudden, DC, Boston, areas just going, yeah, you know, the mandate stuff, don't worry about it. Forget it. You know, whoa. What do you mean forget it? Yeah, you don't got to show your card. Oh, so are we just supposed to just forget everyone that was fired? Are we supposed to forget about all the news channels and all the people that were hoping people to die and they should not be treated in hospitals, and your Jimmy Kimmels of the world and your other big name people in the world going, these people should not be taken care of? Now all of a sudden, DC, Boston, I'm playing Long Island now because they lifted the card. Now all of a sudden it's just like, yeah, listen, that card thing, never mind. What? So how's that work? We're just going to keep moving along? So between that, I don't believe, like, to go from misinformation, Joe Rogan, to there's a war in Russia. There's a Russia. You know what? Mandates are gone. I feel like the powers that be are starting to be like, okay, we're way too many people are starting to catch on to things, and we need an out. We need an out. And what is that out? I don't know. It's going to be. But do you understand? I don't even believe Biden's real. I don't even believe half these things I see on TV are real anymore. It's like everything's a goof to me. I can't take, that's another thing.
Yeah.
This is what I try to, let's talk about mind control.
Right.
And let's play this clip. Mike, do you have the mind control clip? The way news places everything? Watch this.
That's the brainwashing, right?
Yeah. And then I'm going to go into something.
That's this one.
Our greatest responsibility is to serve our Treasure Valley communities,
the El Paso, Las Cruces communities,
Eastern Iowa communities,
Mid-Michigan communities.
We are concerned about the trouble and irresponsible, one-sided news stories
plaguing our country.
The sharing of biased and
False news has become all too common on social media.
More alarming, some media outlets
Simply aren't true without checking facts first.
Unfortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control exactly what people think. And this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
That's my favorite. It's a danger to our democracy. It's a danger to our people would not be sad. I love how people like go, misinformation. You never even heard of that until you got brainwashed. You never heard of it's a threat to our democracy until you got brainwashed. And
right.
if you can't look at it, so if you think of things like this, and this is what makes me crazy. If I were to say to you, there's a serious disease going around, and there's nothing we can do until you get a little. However, somebody comes along and says, many people came along, but someone with a very big platform comes along and goes, hey, man, now pretend news doesn't exist. This is what I try to explain to people. Pretend news does not exist. Now, I'm going to give you a great example.
Because it doesn't. It doesn't.
Exactly. But they don't know, Jimbo. They don't know it yet. They still think it's real. Shh. Pretend no news outlets, no TV exist. Zero. It's just you in a little village with a bunch of people. Okay? And in that village, people going, there's a thing that's killing everybody. And if you get it, you're going to die. So you got to wear a mask and get people away. And they're developing this thing that once we get the needle, we'll be fine. However, in the middle of it, someone comes to someone in your village goes, hey, guess what? I took XYZ. I bit the bark of a tree. Have you tried a maple tree in the bottom? If you take the bark off, I bit it. And I got cured.
Went away.
Would your first reaction be, well, that's misinformation? Or would it be, whoa. You're saying we can possibly, you got cured? Do you think we can get cured? I don't know. Let's try it. That's clear conscious, common sense, thought pattern, God, spirituality, all built for you to use. The mind control goes, and what I'm talking about is when Joe, including myself, I went to Costa Rica. I took ivermectin, 24 hours, that stuff was gone. 24 hours gone for me, Jim Breuer, 24 hours gone, ivermectin for my daughter. That's truth. You can't deny truth. I have no reason to lie. Now, if I tell you that, and I've told family members, they go, it's not approved for COVID. Well, who told you that? I'm telling you it worked. Well, the stations, you had Fox, ABC, CBS. You had all the major stations you trust. You had Terry Bradshaw, famous football player, going, well, it's horse pills. Nobody concentrated on how to help. And maybe this works. They all concentrated on, that's misinformation. To see, that's why the internet is dangerous. The internet is dangerous. Don't listen to those heathens telling the truth over there, because we get paid a lot of money for our information. We get paid a lot of, that, Jimmy. We get paid a lot. How much is Pfizer paying us this week? A whole lot of damn money. That is classic brainwashing. That is a criminal act to humanity, and every network should be taken off the air. Terry Bradshaw should be taken off the air. The NFL should be sued. The View should be sued. All of them should be immediately taken off the air, because they have put more lives in danger, in my opinion. More lives have suffered. More lives could have potentially lived if you listened to the people that had no agenda, were not paid by anyone, and clearly told you, hey, man, this worked for me. Maybe it'll work for you. That's the power of brainwashing.
You know, it's funny. Rogan was saying, he goes, I support, what's her name on The View?
Whoopi.
That's a Whoopi.
Yeah.
But he goes, I support Whoopi being on the air. Talk all you want, you know, like I'm freedom of speech, right? Let him, but you know, this is what you do. Bloop. That's it. Shut him off. You know what I mean? I don't watch. I have. It's funny. I have cable for maybe 10 years, but I never actually plugged the cable into the back of the television. You know what I mean? I don't watch television.
Me either.
You know,
Me either.
I get news.
I can't tell you the last time I watched a movie, television.
Yeah.
None of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I enjoy it.
I see it in a bar or a supermarket or a bagel store or whatever, and it's like nasty. It just looks.
Don't you remember? Don't you remember when we would do our show? The guy came on and he was able to turn off any TV, and I said, "I'm going to try this." And we started talking about this years ago. I said, "If you don't think brainwashing exists, they're starting to put the TVs in all the gates at every airport." What do you think that's for your entertainment? Because they know no matter how thoughtful, whatever, you walk in, you see a screen, you're like, first you go like this, you know, and then you don't want to look at it, but then you're like, and then the next thing, and a lot of it, the noise, you hear the sound, you can't help but hear the sound.
Right.
It is purposely driven to make you nuts and to make you listen, and it's in your subconscious, but it's weird how people don't see that, or they'll get pissed that you're trying to explain it to them. So what you got there, Mike? Did you bring a video today, Jim?
Well, there was all this. Well, two things I was thinking of. One was all this stuff that's going on in Ukraine. You know, with all this Biden and all that. You got opinions on that? Or
here's my dead honest opinion.
Yeah.
Is it real?
Right.
Is it real? Why Ukraine? You know, is there money invested there from the Biden family and the Pelosi family and the Mitt Romney family and John Kerry family? I believe their children. This could be misinformation, but I would look at their money line. I have a funny feeling they've been on boards of major gas stuff there. That could be conspiracy or could not. I'll leave you to look that up. So when you have, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know. Until I see, like, I don't even know I don't know. I don't get involved. What do I know?
Right.
I don't know.
Is
it real? Is it fake? Is it a smoke screen to hide something else that's going on? What happened to Epstein's Island? What about all the people who went to Epstein? Bill Gates was on the flight log. Why are we listening to a potential pedophile that's ruling the world? Bill Gates has the power to feed humanity. Bill Gates has the power to change so many lives for the better. Bill Gates has so much money, but yet he chooses to want to vaccinate the world and depopulate. No one has a problem with that. Nobody. We're going to take this guy seriously? All right.
Yeah.
Is it all just a movie? I don't know. Why? What's your opinion? I have no clue.
Yeah, no. It's interesting that all of a sudden it's like Russia again. You know, up. Russia's the problem. They're going into Ukraine, and I just think it's kind of.
Was it also? Finish what you're gonna say.
But it's also interesting that they were bringing up Biden on charges around the election time.
What happened?
Charges for because he was involved with embezzling money and all this stuff. Extortion. Right. And he admitted it on this video clip, right, where he's like, "Son of a bitch." So I got the guy fired, and we took $1 billion. Or we didn't say
I got you your $10 billion. I said, "You ain't getting that $10 billion until you fire this guy." And son of a bitch, they fired him.
Son of a bitch. Right. But now, all right, I'm going to take this another step up or down. I don't know.
Go ahead.
That looked like the Biden we have now. He didn't look like the old Biden. Which, are we watching a movie?
Is it insane? I don't know. I will believe anything and everything at this point. It's all just so unreal to me. It makes zero. It's just crazy. All I know is the more I see like the Whoopi Goldbergs and The View and late night TV just completely ignore doing stuff about Biden, whether you like Biden or not. How can you not be joking? This is comedy gold. Comedy gold. Are you kidding me? This whole administration is comedy gold. How are you not? Right. Or is it that? I don't get it. Oh, I do get it. Because every single network is involved. Every single media outlet, every single cable, non-cable, all of it, magazines, people, time, all of it is all involved with, yes, we shall control the masses for years, sire, as long as we keep the Empire of Roman consistently entertaining. It's comical at this point. How do you not see how comical it is and how blatant it is?
In your face.
It's in your face.
And they're like, we're
Jeffrey Epstein. Durham report. People were spying. The president of the United States is now edited and taken. Joe Rogan's a racist. Going to war with Russia. What are you talking about? Bill Gates was. What do we want? What are we? Are they testing until human? The truckers.
Right.
Trudeau is full-blown dictator. Dictator. And
she's still there. Yeah.
Nobody's putting him down. The president's not saying nothing. Nobody's putting Trudeau down. It's weird. He's gone full-blown dictator. I don't know. It's all wacky to me, bro. It's all wacky. That's why I just try to be funny. Try to go on stage, do my thing. Let's play a clip. We're talking too much. What do we got?
This was the thing, right?
Okay, the Ukrainian prosecutor. Oh, you got this video. All right, I want everyone to see this. How do you deny this clip?
Going over convincing our team, or others too, convincing us that we should be providing for loan guarantees. And I went over for, I guess, the 12th, 13th time to Kyiv, and I was supposed to announce that there was another $1 billion loan guarantee. And I had gotten a commitment from Poroshenko and from Yatsenyuk that they would take action against the state prosecutor, and they didn't. So they said they were walking out to press conference. I said, no, we're not going to give you the $1 billion. They said, you have no authority. You're not the president. The president said. I said, call him. I said, I'm telling you, you're not getting the $1 billion. I said, you're not getting the $1 billion. I'm going to be leaving here. And I think it was, 6 hours? I said, I'm leaving in 6 hours. If the prosecutor's not fired, you're not getting the money. Well, son of a bitch. Got fired.
Yeah, got fired, right.
I showed this the first time I saw it 2-3 years ago to people that just hated the other guy. I'm like, is that extortion?
Well, that's what I think what you call quid pro quo, whatever that means. And
how do you say to another country, hey, listen, I got $1 billion for you, but you got to get rid of the prosecutor that's going after real serious stuff over here that's going to exploit us?
Actually going after his son, Biden's son.
So the prosecutor's going after his son.
Right.
For rightful reasons.
For extortion and take, billions of dollars and blah, blah, blah.
Unless you fire them, you don't get your money. What am I missing?
Right.
Can anyone tell me what I'm missing here? Like that's okay. Okay. Yeah, you're right.
And the funny thing was they said Trump was doing that in Ukraine when he made that phone call to the president, which there was nothing on it. And then they're like, oh, we have to impeach him over this phone call. Right. But this is
we had to deal with that for a couple of years of like everyone running impeach.
Right.
It's starting to be weird, almost as if everything they screamed and yelled was exactly what they were doing. And they were pointing at someone else saying he did it. He robbed the house.
You could do that every time. That's what the bad guys do. They what do you call it? Deflect, right?
He did it.
Yeah.
This guy over there. He's a bad guy.
Whatever they're doing, they say you're doing it so that when people start hearing about it, it's like, no, the other guy was the one who did it. That's what the news said. Well, guess what?
You can't get any more blatant than that. All right. What else? Did you bring another one? I got some too. I want to play.
You play. Remember, I was telling you it was a weird thing yesterday with that whole Pluto and
I don't know. Explain to me this world. I don't understand this world. I know you like the stars and all that jazz.
All right. So yesterday was everybody's like, oh, it's Tuesday for the 2 because it was 2/22/22, right?
Sure.
And so Pluto, right? Whatever the alignment of the planets, right? Pluto hasn't aligned with the United States since July 4th, 1776, right? Our Day of Independence, which I thought, how cool.
Really?
Yes. And it hasn't had that particular alignment until yesterday was that alignment once again. And now here's another thing. I can't even wrap my head around this one. But if you take out your calculator and you do, wait, I wrote it down. Okay, 2 times 2 times 2 times 222, right? 2 times 2 times 2 times 222, which was 2022, right? It comes out to 1776, which is just fucking weird. Like, are we living in like you said, is this all?
Like, are we a program? Are we just programs?
Is this Matrix?
Is it? I'm starting to feel it more and more and more like it, but I don't. But like, what is the end game? What's the escape? Is it really just living off the grid? Is it?
I know. I've been thinking about that.
What is it? Is it no more governments? Is it? Could people survive like that? We did for years. Like, I don't know. It's like, where's it all going? What I've come to conclusion is whoever's in control, government, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to say they have whoever's in control, hands down, they didn't do it right. They have not done it right for humanity. That's in my personal opinion. And there needs a whole new wash. Just done, out of the way. Mm-hmm. People now decide. Like, if you're going to run for any office, you need to do it Rogan style. You sit down for 3 hours, and we, humanity people, watch, listen, and we ask the real questions, and we get to know the real human of you. This whole selling someone for 2 minutes, the way they look at how do we think of abortion? Boo. Yeah. How do we think of immigration? Yay. Boo. Yay. I always tell everyone this. Professional wrestling. That's what you're in the middle of. Always. It's professional wrestling. We're going to bring in our specialist. And this guy's not in one of our team. And we got 3 guys on our team and 2 guys on our team. And boo, boo. You know what? He's winning, so we're shutting him down, and we're going to get our point across.
with the big applaud sign that the guy holds up. Applaud now.
Immigration, abortion, free rights.
It's how do you not see this clown show they're playing with you, but they're playing with your lives.
Right.
That's the dangerous part. So I don't know where it's going. It's weird. It's
well,
people get touchy, but I'm at the point where like, I'm sorry if you're touchy. I don't know what to tell you. Don't follow me. Don't watch me. I don't.
Right.
If you don't like what I'm saying, I post something today where I said, I'm playing the Paramount.
My girlfriend sent that to me, and she goes, "Look at the bottom," and it said, "No
mandates."
Yes.
Period.
Right.
And so the reason I wouldn't play the Paramount, which is I love it, and it's like going home, was because they were like, you have to get the, you know what? I can't, I'm not doing that to people. And, you had people going, oh, this is my favorite. I love people's reaction when they say this. Oh, so you're okay with science if they help your wife? But clearly you don't care about the people that come see you. That may be the most thoughtless, you put no thought into that conversation. And I truly feel sad for you. I wish you nothing but your heart to be healed and your soul to be healed, because you're clearly in the whoa. It's like, oh, yeah, I guess that's the same. If you would like to feel that's the same thing, please do. Please do. And if it makes you, and why does that make you angry? Because they're up here, they're gone. They can't get out of it. It's weird. I feel horrible.
Yeah.
I don't feel mad. I feel horrible. But yeah, that's my favorite. Oh, so you don't care about your fans. You don't care about that science, but
right.
You certainly you care when they help your wife. Okay. You got me there.
No, listen, there's good and bad in anything. There's good and bad politicians, good and bad musicians, good and bad comedians, good and bad anything. So doctors, right?
It's good and bad.
So, yeah.
It's good and bad.
And good and bad intentions. And that's what we're all dealing with.
That's the big key. What are the intentions? Are they good or are they bad?
Right.
You need to be able to soul search and understand what is good and what is bad. And when a society tries to cancel someone, usually they're coming from the bad. Usually they're a marketed, well-funded scheme that's trying to take down this whole society. And it's doing it sort of a good job, but it's starting to lose horrendously.
But you probably do exactly the same thing. As soon as the media starts attacking someone, I'm like, ooh, he must be onto something, right? That's
the key. That's the key. When they go viciously after someone, this is why I was confused with Trump. I was like, ooh, it made me watch more. It made me go, who is this guy and why are they after him so much? And I'm not going to get into, I think he's good or bad or blah, blah. I just know whatever it was, he was a major threat to this system, to this whole thing that's been in control for so long. Clearly, they were like, because I would watch a full news clip and then I'd see the edited clip and everyone's screaming the edited clip. Like, wait a minute. That's not what was said. Oh, yes, it was. Yes, it was. Oh, my God, this is holy crap, people. Wow, brainwashing's good. Brainwashing's really good. We're getting off topic here. Let's just play a clip and talk about it. You got anyone? Pick one.
I actually got something for you guys. We're talking about Epstein. I don't know if you probably heard the news, but we got this going on now. His buddy found dead in a French jail cell, and apparently it was suicide. And apparently, ready for this? The camera wasn't working.
Now, come on. Now. Come on, man. Are we really this goofy? Are we this
Nobody
goofy?
buys it.
People
this
do.
goofy?
I don't know what they're trying to spin, but this is what they got going on.
Right.
Now, what do you think about that world? Because that Isaac Cappy dude.
He was interesting.
He was interesting. He said some serious allegations. He said some serious allegations, and then he
Jumped
off a bridge after he said, "I'm not suicidal," but you could tell, like, oh boy, someone's on this stuff. That whole world as well is another. We'll have to dedicate a whole show to that one.
Okay, this is everything. It's almost like it's all the same thing.
It is.
Like, okay, we talk about they talk about the Great Awakening, right? Everything, and really, it is what's going on because we're all like,
I believe that.
So ridiculous. Like, it's so obvious now.
How can it not be? How do you not see how obvious it all is?
Right. It's like when you're a kid. The thing that convinced me about Santa Claus was that I saw the cookie with the bite taken out of it, and the half glass of milk. That convinced me when I was a kid. I was like, of course Santa's real.
Right, there's his boot marks. His boot marks are right there.
Right.
Oh my God, he came out of the chimney.
And now you look back at how ridiculous it is. And it's the same thing. We're all like you said, oh, he committed suicide and the camera didn't work and he jumped off a bridge.
Whoopsie daisy. Russia, war, misinformation, truckers, terrorist, domestic terrorism.
What a bunch of good. And you know what? I'm starting to see. I really almost feel. Listen, I'm dumb as a rock. I'm not going to make myself pretend I feel like I'm smart or whatever.
Right.
I like to think sometimes I'm aware on a heightened level. But I have friends, older. I'll give you an example. Like I'm supposed to be, this weekend, I'm playing in Naples. And Joe Siv's opening for me. And his father was going to come out. And he just backed out. And Joe was mad. And he backed out because he's scared. The poor man he's like, the numbers of COVID are going up. And it's very dangerous to fly. And I felt like, oh, Mr. Who's telling you that? Who's scaring you to death? What are you watching that's still scaring you to death? Because when you're scared to death, they control you. It's no different than having you in a headlock. It's no different. You'll do anything to get out of the headlock, and you'll believe anything to get out of the headlock. I went back to New Jersey, and I'm talking to one of the friends. He's another one. He had to say, all my friends got COVID, and it's a good thing I was vaccinated because I got it, but I barely felt symptoms because I was vaccinated. And I wanted to say, well, what about everyone that's not vaccinated and didn't have symptoms? Are we lucky?
Right.
And not that that's it, but it's just a somewhere along the line, we all have to start raising each other up. And somewhere along the line, we have to, no matter what you truly want to put your heart and mind on and believe this is the way it is, you have to realize we're all being manipulated. We're all being played. And they're the ones getting you to fight for this one and this one and that one and this one and this one and this over there. And I pray to God, it's only a matter of time before everyone stops, turns it all off, and then looks at the machine that's creating all this and goes, you're the troublemakers. You're the ones that create war. You're like, think about that. Who's really creating war? Who's really, I talked to a guy and he's like, oh, it's because Putin loves power. Is that what it is?
Right.
Is that what it's really about? So he just slept for a while and he just has nothing to do with money, has nothing to do with some rich billionaire control maniacs wanting minerals or whatever, has nothing to do with someone wants to take my investment, so I'm going to send my poor children to fight and kill. I pray to God, if anything ever goes on, that our military just goes, yeah, no, we're done with you. We'll fight when we're in trouble over here. We're done. We're done fighting your financial interests. This ain't our financial interests. The gas is through the roof. You're just destroying everything. This is on you. You take your children, you take your whole administration, all of you, and anyone that believes in it, you all go do. You all go fight what you got to fight. Because we're done. You ain't taking any more innocent lives. You go. That's your problem. That's you and your neighbor. They ain't our neighbor. I'm talking too much.
No, man. Dude, it's great. It's great.
But that's what I want people. I pray to God, people more and more and more realize this is all one big game between celebrities, between entertainment, between Hollywood, between media, between the administration, governments, all of it. I'm done with all of them. I really am. It's exhausting. They just done. They very rarely bring something beautiful to the table.
Right.
Something honestly beautiful. It's always either a publicity piece or look at me or money.
Sensational. Yeah.
That's it. It's the false prophets. All the false idols. Goes on and on and on. Let's play one more, then we got to roll. What do you got, Mike?
You're not going to get COVID if you have these vaccinations.
These vaccines are highly, highly effective.
Vaccinated people do not carry the virus, don't get sick.
They're really, really good against variants.
Everyone who takes the vaccine is not just protecting themselves, but reducing their transmission to other people and allowing society to get back to normal.
Get your first shot, and when you're due for your second, get your second shot.
A key goal is to stop the transmission, to get the immunity levels up so that you get almost no infection going on whatsoever.
When people are vaccinated, they can feel safe that they are not going to get infected.
I like that one too, and they show the montage of if you get this, you're not going to get sick. If you get this, you're not going to get COVID. If you get is that misinformation? Anyway.
You know what, Jimbo? I want to talk about one thing.
Please do.
I think I texted you guys this maybe yesterday or today, but there was a guy. He's still around. David Icke, right?
Yeah.
But he had this term that has been echoing my mind the last day or two. He calls it problem, reaction, solution. Problem, reaction, solution. Okay. What government, media, whatever, the machine.
They're the demons to me. They're the pure satanic evil demons.
Whatever the you want to call the machine, this kind of dark thing. What they do is they create or they capitalize on the problem. Right? There's a problem. And then the people react like, right? Like with this COVID thing, there's this scary virus. It's going to kill everybody. Has it killed anybody yet? No, but it's going to kill everybody, right? People react and they go, we have the solution, right? So problem, reaction, we react, they come up with the solution. That's the way it works. So that's fine. They could do that all they want. But it's just that kind of like what you were saying before, we need to make our own solution. Like you said, Maybe it's somebody said, "Hey man, I tried eating the bark of this tree, right? And I felt better in 24 hours. Wow, that's great. You know what I mean?
I took ivermectin.
Yeah.
I felt absolutely amazing in 24 hours. That's the God's honest truth. I wish I could say I'm fibbing. I wish I could say I got endorsed by it. I wish I could say I have interest in it. I have zero. I don't have advertisers. I don't have anything. I just want humanity to be okay. And I know everyone can't be okay, but it really sickens me when I see how many people are under the spell, and it is a spell.
Yeah.
Whether you believe in that or not, I'll leave that up to you, but it is a spell. It is a program. It's been in place for centuries, but people are now going, wait a minute.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful to watch. I'm not going to lie to you. It's absolutely beautiful. So I do have to run. I know this is kind of short today, but Jimbo, we got to get into this more. I have a lot to talk about. I want to find that Rogan piece.
I'll find it.
Absolutely amazing. If you can find it, maybe we'll tag it at the end of this. I just want to say, listen, Jimbo, thank you. I always love seeing you.
Yeah, man.
Listen, detach your emotions from politics. Politics is professional wrestling. News media only has one agenda. It's evil. And it wants to control you. And it does, whether you believe it or not. That's for you to find out. We are born with so much love, so much spirit, so much conscience. We're here to lift each other up. We're here to heal one another, to help one another, to guide one another. You think we're just here to work and eat and just drop a deuce and call it a day? If you believe that everything exists for a reason, why does a frog exist? Well, he eats this thing, and then why does the dragonfly exist? The dragonfly exists because the frog eats some of the thing, and then why do trees exist? Why, if you believe all that, why was human born? Why are we here? We're here to lift each other up, to help each other, to love each other, to guide one another, to respect one another. And films, television, magazines, news, all they do is create hate, judgment, hate, fear, judging, money, ego, vanity, all the darkest elements of humanity. It's all man-made by evil, evil people. Trust me on this one. Get them all out of your life so we can start talking to each other and lift each other up. I love you guys. We'll talk soon. Welcome to Breuniverse, and thanks for hanging out today.
The whole deal is that life is about truth. That's what life is about. Our experience together is us interacting with each other, and the only people that are valuable are the people that are truth, the people that are truthful, the people that are telling you the truth. Those people are valuable in your life because you can gain experience from them. You can learn things without having to go through the problem yourself. You can see another point of view because this person is allowing you into their mind. You're getting a chance to look at their art. You're getting a chance to look at their thoughts and their concepts and how they've decided to analyze life. And you compare these thoughts and ideas, and that's an enriching part of being a human being, and that's one of the best parts of culture. That's one of the best parts of having people together. Now, when you have someone who's pretending to do all these things, pretending to see life, pretending, they're parasites. That's an aberration. It's a glitch in the system. What it is like a human cultural vampire, and they lock onto you and they suck your blood. And the metaphor of the vampire is what happens to the vampire is the light comes on, the fucking sun comes up, and they wither away and they die.
Right.
Well, that's exactly what happens with the cultural vampire.
Damn.
All you have to do is show everybody what the fuck is going on.